If popping up disrespectfully was a person, it would be keloids. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. Today I'm gonna be telling y'all what's good and bad about this little thing right here. I got my handy dandy notebook, you feel me, with the sparkles. Let's just get right into it. Before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and go ahead and hit the bell for me, and go ahead and follow me on Instagram at CareFreeTy. Stay connected with me through there. So we're gonna start with the pros first. So one of the good things that I personally believe is that it doesn't hurt that much. Like, everybody's pain tolerance is different, but me personally, I feel like popping a pimple hurts more than getting a nose piercing, because I don't know, it just didn't hurt. It was just like a little needle, like just a little bit, like it didn't hurt that much. And the side that you get it on is gonna tear up. That don't mean it hurt, it's just so close to the eye that, you know, it's gonna tear up. So yeah, that's pro number one. Okay, number two is it looks nice. Okay, because whether you a boy or a girl, when I see you with a nose piercing, I don't know, the thought never go through my head like, ew, like you have a nose piercing, like, you know, like, I don't know, that's just me personally. Again, it's not for everybody, I know that, but I've never seen anybody with like a nose piercing that don't, like, you know, like a stud or a ring that don't fit them type stuff. Number three is jewelry. The jewelry is a pro, because you can always switch it up. Like, you could get a stud, you could change the stud to a ring, or you get a ring and then change the ring to a stud. Either way, he's switching it up, and they got different colors, different sizes, all that. So like, literally, like, switch it up, you know. Number four is it's easy to hide. Not 100%, but kind of. It's not as noticeable when you wear a clear nose stud. But yeah, if you have a clear nose stud, it's not gonna be as noticeable as if you get like a ring or a silver stud, or, you know, you just get a small little clear one and you'll be good. The next pro is that if it falls out, an earring stud could be used to keep the hole open. Because the thing about it is, a pro and a con is that it heals fast. Like, the nose piercing heals the quickest. There's all these different types of piercing. Cartilage, navel, all this rah. Okay, but the nose piercing specifically is one of the fastest healing piercings, and that's a pro and a con. But if you lose your nose stud or nose ring or whatever the case may be, you can just put an earring in there. I know it sounds ghetto, but as long as you clean it before you put it in, you're good. Literally, like, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Another pro I have is that it can easily be removed. So that kind of goes back to the last one I was saying. If it is removed accidentally or whatnot, like, you could just put a little, you know, earring in there, call it a day. Okay, that's all the pros. Ran through that. But now on to the cons. All right, so con number one, keloids. Keloids, if you don't know what a keloid is a bump, a big ugly bump that likes to pop up. Like, it do pop-ups. Like, if popping up disrespectfully was a person, it would be keloids, because like, it's just so aggy and ugly. Like, if you get a keloid on your nose at all places, your nose in the middle of your face, right? So if you get a keloid on your nose, it's like, ew, like, ain't no hiding that. Like, the mask is the best you could do to hide that. And pretty sure you don't wear a mask in little videos that you take or selfies or whatnot. But yeah, keloids are aggravating. If you don't clean it right, you can get a keloid. Even if you clean it right, sometimes keloids still decide to pop up, and really it's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta wait. You pop them. If you pop them, you're just gonna see blood come out, and it's just gonna be ugly. And I don't think you should pop it, because it might leave a scar, may or may not. But I wouldn't take the chance. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, so yeah, keloids is really aggravating. Like, it's okay, it happens, but it's not okay, because What's a keloid? Con number 2. Back to another pro. Like I was saying, it could be easily removed. And even though that's a pro, because if you don't like it no more, you can easily just take it out, you know. But the con about it is that it closes up so quickly. Like, it's a good and bad thing about the healing process. Yes, it can quickly like heal up and stuff, but it's also kind of bad because let's say, for example, like another con on the list, I'm gonna use this as an example. Matter of fact, just stay tuned in and I will use the example later on. Okay, so yeah, pro and con about it being closing up fast and healing and all that. Because you don't want it to close up if, you know, it accidentally falls out. You might have to get it re-pierced or something. Con on the list is that 9 times out of 10, it's gonna fall out. At least once. At least once. It's gonna fall out at least once. Even though you may get the L-shaped stud. If you do get a stud, I think you should get the L-shaped. If you don't get the L-shaped, then you should get the other one. There's this, I have the L-shaped, but there's a stud that you can put a back piece like in your nose. You can put it so it's not gonna go nowhere even if you pull it, you know what I'm saying? But I never had that one, but I heard about that one. That one's good too. But the L shape, it literally like it goes down like a L and then curves. And no, it doesn't poke you all the way, you know. It's just there. After a certain amount of time, you're gonna forget that it's even there, to be honest. Okay, so back to what I was saying about the 9 times out of 10 it's gonna fall out. It may or may not fall out while you're sleeping. I think that it will, no matter like who you are, no matter how still you sleep, it's still gonna fall out. I mean, it might not, but 9 times out of 10, that joint gonna fall out. And you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, oh snap, where it's at? And then you're gonna find it in your sheets or under your pillow or somewhere. And when you try to put it back in, it's gonna hurt. Just a little bit though. It's not gonna hurt that much. It's just gonna feel like it kind of closed up because you don't know how far into your sleep you was when it fell out. Like it could have fell out 6 hours ago and now you trying to, you know, push that joint back in. Like, nah, bro. Like that but you gonna do it though, because you don't want it to close up, so you gonna do it. Best believe you're gonna do it. That's kind of all the same con because of the healing process. So yeah. Another thing, makeup. If you are the type to wear makeup on the daily, please make sure that you are cleaning your nose piercing good. Like, make sure you get up in there. Like, when you clean it, don't just like put the thing over like right here. Like, no, that's not gonna cut it. You gotta pull it up and then clean around that, push it down, and then clean on top. You gotta make sure that you clean all that makeup out of there real good. Whether or not you wear it on a daily, like if you wear it at all, like makeup can cause it to get infected. So do not let makeup be the reason why you get a keloid. Please. Allergies. Another con is allergies. I know it's not your fault if you have allergies, but it's allergies and blowing your nose. You know how usually you blow your nose and you get the thing and then you just go all in. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you be going all in, like get out of my nose type thing. So that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna be okay once you first get a nose piercing. When you get a nose piercing, it's gonna feel sensitive on the entire half of your nose where you got the piercing. Like if you get on this side, that whole half is gonna be sensitive. Like you cannot be out there blowing like that. You gotta actually like get the tissue and roll it up. And then let me give y'all an example of how you gotta clean your nose. Okay, so I got a little piece of tissue or napkin. So you just get it and then you like fold it up or whatever and make it like a little pointy, but not too pointy, but like, you know, enough to get the boogers out. Then you just twist it and it's gonna look like, I went like this, you can't even see it. It's gonna look like this. And what you wanna do, I think I made it too big. I'm not sure it's not that big now. What you wanna do is go ahead and just And that's how you're gonna clean it. And that's really all it is to it. I know it's not gonna get all the boogers out and all the nastiness or whatever. Like if you get sick or something, like it's just, you just gonna have to keep doing the little 1-2 jab. Okay, just softly, cause like anything aggressive is just overall bad, and you're not gonna be happy afterwards. Okay, so that's another con. That's with the blowing nose. Back to the allergy situation. Allergies, usually if you have allergies, you like to so that's not gonna be okay, because it's gonna be so sensitive. There will be no pushing up of the nose. Like if you do that, oh baby, it's gonna be so bad on your part. Like you could do it after it heals or after like a couple months, but the first few weeks, if you forget it's there, and I promise you, you will eventually forget it's there. That's if you don't take it out right away. That's just gonna suck. You're just gonna have to learn your lesson from that. That's all that is, because if you push, I'm sorry. Like now I could push it because mine is healed. I got mine almost a year ago. Actually, I did a video. I had did a video about when I went to get my nose piercing. So if you didn't see that, it's gonna be right up here somewhere. I think it's on this side, but if not, it's gonna be on this side. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be up there somewhere. Go ahead and check that video out. It was just how they pierced it. You see my eye tear. It didn't really hurt, but I said it hurt a little bit. It's just like a little injection type stuff, but it's nothing like bad, like stop, like like no, no, not all that. Next con is some jobs do not allow you to have a nose piercing, and there is a way to hide it. So if you made it this far, I got you. I got you, right? Okay, so I kind of gave it away earlier, but I didn't really put it together like in the same sentence type thing. So if you know how to piece 2 and 2 together, then you probably know what it is. But I'm gonna tell you anyways. Just hide it. Clear nose stud. Okay, with a clear nose stud, I named that on the pro side, because that's an easier way to make it not as noticeable. So if your job don't allow it, just wear a clear nose stud, because you don't want to risk it closing up. I mean, you can, but I think you should just leave the clear nose stud, because like what's gonna happen, like they're not gonna notice, hopefully. But yeah, most times, like 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna notice. Okay, that's it. Another con is that it gets caught to anything, like anything, like it just be like wee wee. Yo, shorty be trying to come out, dog. Like she be like, that's really how she be. She be like wee wee. Like if you wash your face with a washcloth, please be careful, because it's gonna snatch on and it's gonna hurt. Like it is going to hurt if it snatches on and you just pull the rag away. It's gonna try to go with the rag, so be very cautious of that. Okay, and that brings me to my next con. With washing your face, please make sure that you do not forget that you have a nose piercing, please, because it hurts. It really does. And not only does it hurt for the time being, but it hurts even more when you notice that it's sticking halfway out and you have to push it down. And when you push it down, it kind of hurt because it's still not healed. Okay, and lastly, if you don't wait at least 3 months to change your piercing, then it has a higher chance of getting infected, which leads to a higher chance of you getting a keloid. So if you don't want a keloid, please wait at least 3 months to change it. Okay. And if you're still here, I'm gonna give a little bonus advice. This your little gift for staying to the end of the video, which I truly appreciate. To avoid keloids and infections as much as you can, I'm gonna need you to clean your nose piercing at least 2 to 3 times a day. At least twice, please. I feel like the motivation that you need to help you, sometimes you're too comfortable, you don't feel like getting up to go change it or whatever. The motivation that you need is just think about, oh, if I don't get up and do this, I'm gonna have
a big, fat, ugly, behind, unwanted bump in the middle of my face.
That's what you need to think about. If you think about that, then you're gonna do it. If you don't do it and you think about that, then you're doing it to yourself. But yeah, do that 2 to 3 times a day. And if you don't, you may or may not get a keloid, but what will happen is the piercing will begin to get stiff. It will begin to hurt when you turn it. It will begin to hurt when your nose moves. It'll just be dry and stiff and hurt for no reason. So make sure you clean it. And another con is that it likes to stick out. Like, people be thinking it's a booger. So sometimes you might not notice, but let me show y'all how it stick out. It be sticking out like this. Like you feel like I got a booger, right? I don't. Yeah, I don't have a booger. It's just sticking out and it just looks like that. So other than that, that's all that it is. Thank you for tuning in. And it's an easy fix. Just turn it. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram at CareFreeTy. And I will see you guys later.
What's up? Don't forget to like, comment.